My name is Jennifer Bonham, and I'm a graduate student at Morningside College. And this is my final presentation for EDUC 522. The title of my presentation is Technology and 21st Century Skills in the Classroom. My problem statement is composed of three statements. That students are entering the workforce without proper skills to be successful as working adults in the 21st century. So as we see changes with technology and more advancements, students are needing the skills necessary to be successful. Secondly, despite access to computers, technology is not being implemented effectively to support educational goals. And lastly, providing students with opportunities to enhance 21st century and technological skills will help them in their future career skills. My first plan to address my problem is the implementation of the TPACK framework to develop these 21st century skills that are needed by students. So the TPACK framework is an integration of technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge, and they are integrated together to create a framework for teachers that they can implement into the classroom to help encourage the development of the skills that students need moving forward in the 21st century. My second plan is the implementation of problem-based learning. So one of the specific skills students need moving forward in the 21st century is to develop the skill of collaboration. So by implementing problem-based learning in the classroom, this will enable students to develop that specific skill. And lastly, my plan 3, although teachers have the technology in the classroom, it's not being used effectively, and students are not actively engaged in their technology use. So providing professional development to teachers with adequate professional development can help create a solution to that specific problem and help teachers create more engaging and meaningful learning opportunities for their students. My decision was to implement the TPACK framework, and the reason I chose this was because I thought it most directly impacted my goal, which was to teach the 21st century skills and to create a learning environment in my classroom that really embraced this whole framework. So the framework provided a direct solution to the lack of effective implementation, and also allowing for the integration of both of technology content and pedagogical knowledge, which I think is important as teachers implement technology. Here you see a model of the TPACK framework. So you see all three components and how those are all working together to create that model for implementation. My schedule, I was teaching, or I plan to teach a unit on World War II. And so my objectives are dealing with the causes of the war, the conduct of the war, and the consequences of the war. And so you'll see that reflected in my objectives. And then my steps for implementation throughout the 4-week process involves integration of not just technology, but also that content knowledge and pedagogical knowledge. So all three would be working together. And also I made sure that within each week, I was providing a significant, effective, actively engaging technology, implementation of technology. So in week 1, that technology was a collaboration slide presentation, so teaching the skill of collaboration, to create a Google slide presentation, and also the use of Google Maps. Week 2, the big technology activity is creating a Weave video. So this is something I have not used before, but thought that it would actively engage students in that form of technology. Week 3, the most significant technology implementation is the use of Canva, which is a student-generated poster making app. And by using this, students would create a U.S. propaganda poster on that, using using Canva. And then lastly is using the internet for inquiry and also using online games. The big thing with the inquiry, I thought, was being able not just using content knowledge, but also teaching students how to effectively research information and to use reliable sources, which I think is a vital skill students need as they move forward, not just in school, but also as adults. So my reflections look at concerns I have moving forward with each week. And also from past experiences, also looking at what could be some concerns that need to be addressed, or what I even look most forward to in implementing the plan. So the reflection piece here looks at that for each week. So with week one, as I said, the big part of that was using Google slide presentations, which I have used in the past, and also the implementation of Google Maps. And I think Google Maps is a great resource for me to use as a social studies teacher. Week two reflected on the use of that WeVideo to create a newscast of Pearl Harbor. My big concern here is that I have very large classes of usually 33, 34 students. So a big concern here was the classroom management. And so in order to address that, I thought I would ask for the assistance of a curriculum coach within the classroom to help with that classroom management. Week three, using Canva, my concern here was the fact that sometimes I have seen in the past that students will simply go to the internet and find something that's already been done, or a propaganda poster from the past, and just recreate it. And so I really want them to focus on their own creativity when using this particular app and creating this project. And then lastly, the inquiry. Students are going to use the inquiry to form their own opinion on the U.S. decision to drop the atomic bomb. And I'm going to use that where they will completely use research to support their decision. And I found when I've done this in the past that students really take ownership of their opinion because they've found the research and they've developed their opinion from start to end. And also just implementing an online game of World War II Jeopardy will create for that building of relationships within the classroom. My final reflection was that I felt this project really gave me the opportunity to develop research-based solution to an educational issue because so many times as teachers, we're faced with issues that we need to deal with. And a lot of times we jump into it with the most trending solution, but it's really important as teachers to find research to support. I really like the aspect of developing 3 different plans, and then from that, choosing the plan that I felt was most effective for my solution. And I really felt the process allowed educators to analyze and research in order to develop an effective solution. Here are my references. And that's all. Thank you for watching.